Our analysis shows that some injuries actually happen when individuals are simply walking to and from work sites, or even in the accommodation area. This may sound surprising. Walking is something we've been doing since we were toddlers. We can do it without even having to think about it. And that's the problem, because we should. Walking is a routine, simple activity. But if we're in alpha state when we're moving around, we can miss potential hazards and dangers that could cause an injury. Hazards don't just come from power tools, lifting operations, handling chemicals, or dropped objects. Ordinary, everyday things such as wet surfaces, loose boards, and uneven gratings underfoot, or overhanging ledges, edges, and scaffold tubes can cause potentially serious injury when you're transiting to or through a worksite. There are plenty of actual incidents to show what we mean. One person was injured while he was just walking upstairs. He failed to notice how low the edge of the stairwell was and banged his head on it, causing a cut that required attention from the medic. Another incident on a stairway happened when someone walked down a set of stairs carrying items in their right hand while holding the handrail with their left. The eyepiece slipped on the stairs and fortunately the left hand on the handrail prevented him from falling, but the sudden movement strained his left-hand side. Another individual was walking along a walkway when he stumbled and made a grab for the scaffold tube to steady himself. The sudden forward motion resulted in an injury to his left hand. These incidents show how we can all be vulnerable to injury even when we're not actually engaged in a work task. So, how can we prevent walking incidents from happening? Let's pause to discuss. Our videos have all taken you through the importance of following intelligent safety behaviours, encouraging you to stop, think, and act. Inside the accommodation, some of the common hazards are locker doors being left open, wet or slippery surfaces, or PPE lying around the locker room. You should make a 20-second scan as soon as you leave the accommodation to spot any potential dangers. And when heading to and from your worksite, think about how you can move about safely. Are the walkways well lit? Are there any uneven surfaces or cables lying around? Has anything changed on the route since you were last there? Remember to look all around you, not just where you're putting your feet. Be aware of any ledges or scaffolding or unistruts that may be just above eye level. And always respect barriers and never cross them. If you're carrying anything, make sure your view isn't obstructed. Can you see all around you? Always use handrails when walking up and down stairs. Think about others and practice good housekeeping at your worksite. Keep walkways clear and make sure all tools and equipment are left tidy when you go for breaks and at the end of a task. And when you're in the accommodation, remain aware of your surroundings and surfaces, and never use mobile phones when moving around. Stay alert, be aware of your environment, and take care not to slip into alpha state, as this increases your chances of missing potential hazards. In the winter months, the reduced daylight hours can affect our concentration levels. Often we can experience poorer quality of sleep, making us more tired, and therefore we can find it harder to concentrate. So please be mindful of this. Try to get enough sleep, some exercise, and take regular breaks. Don't start complex tasks when you're tired or nearing the end of your shift. In colder weather, muscles can tighten and joints become stiff when they lose heat, which can lead to injury. So if you're affected, be aware of this when moving around. So when you're transiting from the accommodation to your worksite and around the platform, Follow TAQA's intelligent safety behaviours. Stop. Take a 20-second scan, no matter how familiar you are with your surroundings or how safe you think they are. And think about all your surroundings. And act to correct anything you feel is unsafe. Prevent others from being hurt, and always look out for each other. Remember, walking is working.